Mr. Anand Sundaresan, 54 years, is a chartered mechanical engineer coupled with a qualification in electrical engineering. He has an experience over 3 decades in various Indian and MNCs in senior position. Mr. Sundaresan began his career as a trainee in the R&D wing of Larsen & Toubro's heavy engineering group and thereafter joined the construction equipment division of the SY Reeves Garden and Company Limited, where he rose to the position of Deputy General Manager Marketing. He had a short stint as Sales Director in multinational company and Hoist Road before joining Schwing Stetter India Private Limited as an Executive Director in June 98. Mr. Sundaresan has been the Managing Director of Schwing Stetter India since 2002. He had lot of stewardship. Schwing Stetter India was awarded with the following awards. Many of the things, like 1 or 2 I can mention. Best European Venture in India in the SME segment, title Impresa Award conferred by European Chamber of Commerce in the year 2004. In the year 2005, the company received a prestigious award for outstanding contribution towards Indo-German economic relations by Indo-German Chamber of Commerce. It was awarded Best Manufacturing Excellence Award for the year 2005 by Frost and Sullivan. Awarded the Silver Certificate of Merit for the year 2008, appreciating the efforts taken by the plant and its personnel in enhancing manufacturing and supply chain excellence by Indian Manufacturing Excellence Award IMEA. Received the prestigious award of Actually DAD at Spain in International Award Excellent Image of Enterprise 2009 in recognition of our management performance. Awarded for the second time the prestigious award by Indo-German Chamber of Commerce for outstanding contribution towards promotion of Indo-German economic relations for the year 2009 on 30th September at Mumbai. Recently, he has received an outstanding entrepreneurship award for outstanding exemplary achievements in entrepreneurship award by Enterprise Asia, a non-government organization for entrepreneurship. He is also various member of CAI and other institutions and German Chamber of Indo-German Chamber of Commerce. Now we have an excellent chief guest. Now I request Mr. Sundaresan to come out.
Dignitaries are on the dais. So you have heard Mr. Jawaharlal telling about giving my introduction. So I am not an HR person. I have never been an HR person. I only hope that I talk longer than what introduction he gave about me. Because that was, I think, not necessary. It was too much. As I said, I was really surprised when Mr. Jawaharlal called me and he said that, asked me to be the chief guest of this particular forum. Because I am neither qualified like all of you as an HR manager, never been an HR manager, so I don't know really whether what I say, whether I am qualified enough to stand in front of you and talk about HR issues. Especially in front of stalwarts like Jawaharlal himself, Mr. Vaidishwaran, Ms. Amrolia, and the subsequent speakers, Mr. Aramudan, Muttaya, and all these people who have spent decades of their life as excellent HR managers in their respective companies. So pardon me if I say something wrong and it is not relevant to the parties. What I would like to say probably may be applicable. What I would like to say is only give a little bit of my experience in our company. Maybe it is applicable to some of your companies, maybe not, I am not very sure about that. You can decide yourself. But before I proceed, I would like to give a brief background about our company, how it started, where we are today, and our employee strength and things like that. Our company was started in a very humble way in a 2-bedroom apartment in Adayar in the year 1999, and by the last quarter of 1999, we shifted to a rented premises in Ramapuram. Our turnover was about 8 crores, and the employee strength in the beginning of 2000 was at 27 people, including blue-collared workmen, white-collared workmen, or all the people put together. Today, in the year 2011, we have crossed a turnover of over 1,000 crores, and our employee strength today is roughly about 1,600 people. We have 4 manufacturing facilities we have set up. All these manufacturing facilities are in Iringatukottai. However, we have spread all over India with branch offices, sales and service offices, spare part depot in 26 different locations in India. And besides that, we also have 7 service centers where we have different people. Out of these 800 people what we have, 50% of them are white collar people, because we don't sell our equipment through distributor or dealer, we sell directly. So we need a huge, large number of service engineers to be positioned in different locations. In addition to that, besides that, we have half the number of people, that is close to about 800 people. They are the blue-collar workmen. They are based in our factory premises here in Iringatukottai, Chennai. If you look at the attrition rate, the overall attrition rate in the last, since 2005, I can say 7-8 years, whatever, our average attrition rate is only 5% when I take it as a total of the company. But if I bifurcate it between white-collared workmen and blue-collared workmen, then our attrition rate is almost 10% in the white-collar category and practically 0 in the blue-collar category. We don't have any attrition at all. Of course, there are a few blue-collar workmen who left us, and they, because they got a job in a government organization like CVRD, Avadi, and some places. Because they were all trainees from CVRD, so they had joined us, and subsequently, when there was a requirement after several years, CVRD called them and they went back there. Other than that, we don't have any attrition of blue-collar workmen in our company. Even in the white-collar workmen, if you look at our attrition, the majority of them is coming from the graduate engineer trainees whom we take, because most of them, after 1 year of service, they want to go for an MBA studies or higher studies or something like that, so they leave. Or we also have attrition of some of the service technicians, service engineers. That again is there is a particular reason, because we don't get trained service engineers directly. So most of the time we take people who are working in some workshop or with some distributor or dealer or some of the construction equipment manufacturing company. So they don't get a structured salary. They get a lump sum salary. So when they come to us, we are not able to, their cost to the company, their take home salary, it drops down. Because we structure it in a different way. Even though we give about 20%, 30% increase on what they were getting, so we are not able to take them immediately on the company roll. So we take them as a temporary employee for a certain time, give them that consolidated salary, and then subsequently bring them on our company roll, so that then we are able to manage that. But many people, in a very short time, they want to be permanent the very next day after joining the company, so they leave. So this is the area, and this is a very skilled job. And the service engineers are very much in demand, because our industry is a sort of it's a new industry. So there are a lot of people who are looking for these people. So they get attracted and they get picked up very fast in this. So the majority, almost 7% of our attrition is coming from the GETs and this category. If you look at our assistant manager and above level category, our attrition rate in that category, that means the people who have put more than 5 to 6 years of service in our company, it's less than 1% or maybe 1 to 1.2%, something like that. So I personally feel probably we are doing something which is right. That is why it makes people to be with us. I would not like to talk much about the white-collar workmen. Of course, with respect to the white-collar people, we have got a certain policy which we adopt. Like, for example, we don't even call for interview a person who has changed his job several times. Many times we get, when we try to get people, we get applications, and in 8 years of service, he would have changed 6 times his job. So these kind of people we don't recruit because there is no long-term loyalty with any company. So we just don't even call them for interview. We don't call people for interview who have quit the job and they don't have a job on hand. The reason is, I feel that irrespective of whatever is the discontent you have, whatever is the difference of opinion you have in your company, you cannot just quit the job. Especially if you are married, if you have a family or something, that clearly shows irresponsibility. If you have a family, you are responsible to the family. Even though you may get a lesser salary, you must take if you don't like that job, they can take a job with a lesser listing and they can, then they can quit the job and there has to be a job on hand. So those people also we don't call them for interview. The third thing what we don't do in our company is that we don't recruit people from our suppliers and our customers unless we have a very, very clear understanding with the customer or our suppliers to employ them in our company. Otherwise we don't touch them. So these are the broad guideline what we follow as far as recruitment of white collar people and the above category. With respect to the blue collar workmen, we want to, our job, our blue collar workmen, it's really a very, very skilled job. So that is why when we recruit a person, we don't want to lose them. So we would like to protect them as much as possible. So we thought that what is it that will hold the blue collar workmen to remain in our company and continue till they retire in the company. So we thought that okay, there are probably some 5 issues which if we address, then the blue collar workmen will not leave the company. The first and foremost thing in my opinion is job security. The second thing is salary which is at par with the market and the surrounding area. The third thing is treating an employee as a human being. The fourth thing, to give them learning opportunities. And the fifth is to give them growth opportunities. If you take care of these 5 things, probably, it is easily possible for us to retain the blue collar workmen also. Just to elaborate all this point a little bit more, when I talk about job security, or when I talk about the blue collar workmen itself, I personally feel that they are the most exploited lot. All of you are HR managers. Tell me, when we recruit a white collar workman, we take them on 6 months or 1 year probation, or we take them as a graduate engineer trainee or something, and more or less, when he joins the company, he is assured that he is going to be a permanent employee after either he completes his training period or after he completes his probation period. But tell me, how many of you in your company are recruiting blue collar workmen like that? To my knowledge, all of us we recruit blue collar workmen only as a temporary workman. We don't give them a probation period of 6 months and then immediately make them permanent. So it's not that we don't recruit blue collar workmen as temporary workmen. We also recruit blue collar workmen as temporary workmen only. We have a particular labor contractor. We take all our employees through this labor contract only. But why we are not able to take them direct, give them a direct probation or probationary period of 1 year or 2 years, something like that, is basically because our job is highly skilled job. And our experience is that even when we get a fitter or a welder with some 4 or 5 years of experience, their quality level or fitting is not to our expectation. So we have to make them pass through a certain rigorous training program. Practically 6 months to 1 year, we don't get any productivity out of these people at all. Many a times we have to reject some of the welding job they have done or fitting job what they have done. So we made it a policy that we will take all the workmen only through this work contractor, but at the same time assure these people that after 3 years of service, they will be made as a permanent employee in the company. Today, out of the 800 odd people what we have, maybe close to about 50-60 people are or maybe close to about 80 people they are in stores and other areas who don't do the skill job per se, but the other people they are all fitters and welders, and out of that, more than 60% of them are directly on our roll, and only about 40% of them are through these contractors in various stages. Some of them have completed 1 year, some of them completed 2 years, some of them are likely to be will be complete in 3 years, and then we will take them on our roll. In my opinion, it is very, very important to give them this job security. A white-collar person is qualified. He can get a job whenever he wants. He can shift. He is prepared to move out of the city. He is prepared to move out of the state. But if you look at the blue-collar workmen, they normally don't want to move out of their own location. Very seldom you will find that a blue-collar workman is prepared to move out of the city or a state or something like that. So, we cannot take them for granted. End of the day, they are also human beings. They also have a family. So, they have to be, their job has to be secured. And they have to be given that particular commitment when we take them as an employee. The second thing, once you secure them their job, you also should give security to their families. We thought that okay, we should also do something towards their family. It's not only enough to secure the job. So we have introduced certain insurance schemes in our company. We have a group personal accident benefit scheme, which I think many of the companies will be having, but in our case, it is 60 times of their gross salary, irrespective of whether he is a fitter, welder or a managing director of the company. For everybody across the board, it is 60 times of their gross salary. In addition to that, this is also, one more thing I forgot to tell you. Even though we have this temporary workmen who are taken to as a contractor, if you come to our factory, you will not find any difference between our permanent employee and our temporary employee. It is only because he is still not qualified himself to be a proper fitter or a welder or to our expectation, they are in that category. Otherwise, they have the same uniform, they get the same shoes, they get the same food, they get the same subsidy, they get the same transportation facility, we charge them the same thing, and even during Dasara, Diwali or any time, whatever sweets or other gifts we distribute, it is the same for our permanent workmen as well as for our temporary workmen. We don't differentiate them at all. Now coming back to the insurance scheme, what I was talking about, to secure their family. One is that we have a group personal accident benefit scheme where we cover all the employees for 60 times of their gross salary. The second insurance scheme is a mediclaim scheme what we have. This mediclaim scheme, ours is a slightly different mediclaim scheme from most of the mediclaim schemes what we have. It also covers the parents of the employees. Even the old parents, even if they be irrespective of whatever may be the age, the parents are also covered under the medical policy. Not only that, our blue-collar employee average age is less than 30. So many of them are getting married. You can see that every 6 months when my colleague, they bring out this internal newsletter, you can find that at least 10 to 15 of them, newly married couples photographs will be there. So obviously when they marry, they will have a child. So our medical policy also covers expenses toward the maternity. A substantial amount is covered over that. Next, in addition to that, we also have something called as a term insurance. What we thought is that any employee working in our company, in case of any eventuality to him, his family should not come to the street. That is why we have covered all our employees for a certain amount or 20 lakhs of rupees depending upon their grade under a term insurance scheme, so that in case of any eventuality of the employee, because of any reason, it is not necessarily only because of accident, because of any reason, let it be a natural death, let it be whatever it may be, his family will get that term insurance money directly from the insurance company. Believe me, I can tell you, the insurance premium is very, very low. If you can implement that in a company, please implement that. It's really very, very low. Then I come to the next point, that is salary at par with the market and surrounding. This is also extremely important. This is one of the cause of resentment. Especially when you are in industrial estate, the employees always try to compare their salary and their benefits, what they get, with the other companies, what they are getting in the surrounding. So first of all, we should give them a reasonable salary, what is the market salary. Second thing, whatever is there in the surrounding area. So we are always try to keep ourselves in the top 10 best paid employer, that category we are keeping it ourselves. So we try to compensate, try to see that we do that. The next important thing is treating employee as human being. This is a very, very important thing. You know, we have people who are working with us for 10 years, 12 years and all, experienced people. All of you also must be having in your own company. But we keep on recruiting some engineers or some few years experienced people from outside. And these people, they think that because of their qualification or because of their position, the workmen should do whatever they are telling. And this creates a lot of problem. The workman also thinks that, I have been doing this job for the last 10 years. I know, he has just come out of the college. He has not only 1 year experience, he is trying to teach me what I should do. And this kind of conflicts and friction, it starts. So we must try to respect them, respect their job. I personally feel that every single employee in the company is extremely important for the company, irrespective of whether he is a sweeper or whether he is a general manager or a managing director. I have personally experienced this. There are many times we have visitors coming from Germany, we have other industrial visitors coming to our factory, and every time, and when they come to our factory, they say that, oh, your factory is really very nice, very neatly kept, the surroundings are very neat and clean and all. Now, I will get such good command only if my sweeper is doing the right job. If he is not doing his job properly, then my factory is not going to be clean. So he has to be respected for. So it is important for me. What I normally do is that if somebody gives me a comment, I immediately, when I go out of my office, then when I see that sweeper, I tell him, thank you very much. Today I got a good comment from one of the visitors. Keep up your good job. When you say that, he is elated. He is doing the job of a sweeper, or somebody is doing a job of a fitter or a welder only because it's not by choice. It is because of maybe compulsion, some compulsion. Maybe he was not able to study. Maybe he did not have the financial thing. Only because we have studied, we have come to that particular position. Okay, there can be, if you are doing a different job, there can be salary differences and all, but we are all human beings. So every person should be treated as a human being, especially the blue collar workmen. They always have a complaint about this thing. The supervisors, the managers, they treat them like shit. This is what they normally say. So we have to take care that we also treat them like, give respect to their job, whatever they are doing. The next 2 points, that is learning opportunity for the workmen and growth opportunity for the workmen. Now if you look at it, when we talk about workmen, normally it is left to the industrial relation department. Anything that is to be done for the workmen, they leave it to the IR department. HR department, they sit in their air-conditioned cabin and they are only working out scheme, programs, training related things only for the white-collar workmen and above. Very seldom is that the HR department and IR department, they work in tandem. What I would say is that IR department and HR department should work in tandem. Of course, IR department is more hands-on. They are closer to the workmen. They They look at their day-to-day problems, their day-to-day issues, candidate-related issues and those kind of things. But at the same time, HR also should work in tandem. They should also devise some programs to train them up. We have been trying to do that as far as possible in our company. We introduced some years ago a 1 hour training program for all our workmen. So we pick up about 20-25 workmen every Saturday. They will, we assemble them in our conference room and we invite some external faculty and ask them to give some soft skill training. Maybe whatever it may be. Sometimes we also ask our other department heads to come and address them and tell them the importance of various departments in the company and also give them some feedback about what is the company, what is it, where it is used, what sort of a thing we are doing, so that every employee is aware of what we are doing. What is the importance of every single department, what the company itself is doing. Many people, they come and they do some work and go, but they don't know where this particular equipment is used, what is being done, how it is being used, nothing is known. So we try to make them aware of which company they are working and what they are doing. The second thing we also did was, a couple of years ago, we thought that we have to, if we want to be a customer-focused company, then even the last employee in the company should be oriented toward the customer. So we conducted a customer orientation program through Mercury Goldman for including the blue-collar workmen across the board. All our 700-800 employees were trained and are given a training program on this. At the moment, we are also conducting another training program to improve to improve their attitude, to better their life skills and all. Something called as a Inspire and Lead, which is conducted by Born to Win. This is a 4-Saturday program. All the workmen are taken out of the office. We conduct it in a hotel, and a group of 25 people we are taking. This program will go on for about 1.5 years, and all blue-collar workmen will also be trained on that. In addition to that, as I said, our job is a very skilled job. So that is why many of our blue-collar workmen have also gone to Germany and got trained on special skills. Almost 7 to 10% of our blue-collar workmen have got trained in Germany. And even today, we have about 7 people in Germany. They are undergoing training on assembly of some new equipment which we are going to introduce in the near future. So once you do that, then definitely they also have, automatically they have a sense of belonging in the company, and they will put their 2 foot forward to come with you and work with you. So we must carry them along. That is what is extremely important. We are also in the process of discussing with TIS, that is Tata Institute of Social Science, which is under the umbrella of NHRD, to see how we can bring in a program of earn and learn. I think in 3 years' time they give a diploma program. A deserving candidate can become, then those people can be trained on that, and slowly they can become supervisors or team leaders, and they can also grow. Today, if you look at it, it's not like the olden time. In the olden time, when we have fitters and welders, mostly you will find that they will retire as fitters and welders. And very little money they used to spend on educating their children and all this thing. The situation is completely changed. Even the blue-collar workman category, they are minimum 10 standard passed. They have become a fitter or a welder or an electrician or something like that because of compulsion, or maybe because of some financial reasons, or maybe there was not an opportunity, or whatever it may be, they have become like that. But when it comes to personal self, they also want to grow because they are also seeing outside. They see that an engineer who was coming in cycle with them to the office or in a two-wheeler with him into the office, after about 5 or 6 years, he comes in a car. Whereas the worker, he is still either cycling or coming in his two-wheeler. So they also have this desire to grow in the company. They also want that their children should become engineers, doctors. There are umpteen number of examples. I am sure that it will be in your companies also, where you will find that a blue-collar workman, so a child is a doctor or an engineer or at least a graduate. We have got several examples in our own company. In fact, there is a father and son working. The father is a driver and the son is a ICWA. He is working in our accounts department. So, So everybody, every blue collar, they also have, so we have to empathize with them. We have to put ourselves in their shoes and think like them. Tell me, what is the salary of the blue collar workman? The total salary of our 800 blue collar workmen will be less than the top 10 people in our company. So what are we talking about? The cost of living is the same. If you can send your son to a private school, he also has a desire to send his son also to a good school. I am not saying that because to bring in equality, given the salary of a managing director or general manager, but at least we must respect his position, we must give him a decent salary, we must create a minimum standard of living for him. That is what is extremely important. Once you do that, then definitely there will be a win-win situation in both the directions. Of course, having said that, I don't know, it's not that we don't have a union, we also have a union. For the first almost 12 years after we started the company, we did not have a union at all. 2 years back, the employees, they said that they would like to form a union. They wanted to go for collective bargaining. I don't know how suddenly that happened, probably because we were growing at a very fast rate. So we recruited a lot of new supervisors, new engineers, new even blue-collar workmen also joined us. So probably the culture of the company was, there was a mismatch, there was a delay, or there was a lack of passing on the culture of the company up to this level. So probably there was some kind of discomfort with the workmen. So I thought that, okay, God, what is this happening? Then I reconciled myself. I thought that, maybe I was all these years parenting them, like what we do. When the child is born, he does not know what he wants. He even does not know which color he likes. So the parents only buy pant and shirt for him. Any color they like, they buy for him. But when he grows up, when he becomes 8 years old or 10 years old or something, then he starts thinking that no, I don't like this green color. I want only red color, or I want only black color. Then he starts demanding. So probably our company has also, our employees have also gone to that level. So that is why they would like to at least tell what they want, because all these years we were deciding what they should have. So probably now they want to decide what they want. So we thought, okay, there is no harm in that. But they were planning to go to an external company, or not a, what shall I say, external group to form a union as a president. I was a little bit worried. That is why I was repeatedly rejecting them to stop forming a union, because I have very bad experience. I have seen very bad things in Bombay. When I was in Bombay for almost 42 years when I was there, and about 25 years of my career in Bombay, I have seen that. Because the political people, they get involved in formation of union, and they exploit the workmen. This is what I have seen. So I tried to tell them that, okay, let us form an employee union of our own company. Don't try to get support from other people and all. But then, as I said, our employee average age, the blue-collar employee average age was less than 30. So they said that, they are not experienced. They are not going to any politically affiliated union or a militant leader. They are going to a certain person who is also a lawyer. So they want some guidance from external side also. That is why they would like to go. Then I did not know. Then I talked to Mr. Aramudan and I sought his opinion. What should I do? What do you think about this person? Because he is a stalwart in Tamil Nadu. So he knows practically all the union leaders and everybody. So I requested his help to guide us. And he said, oh, so and so person, you can embrace him, take him. He is not a militant type of a leader. He will definitely support you. He is not a person who will also look at he will not exploit the workman. So you can embrace him, take him as your union leader. So even without going for show of strength or anything, we recognized that union and we registered, and we had our 12/3 agreement signed on the 31st of March 2010. And I am proud to say that even today, the relationship with our workmen is absolutely cordial. Anytime we are able to call them and discuss with them, anytime we are able to pick up the phone and talk to our union president and maintain this cordial relationship. So, finally what I would like to say is that, we have to give them respect, give them the job security, give them respect for their job, give them a salary with which they can live securely with their family, give them learning opportunities, give them growing opportunities in your company. I am sure that your relationship with your workmen will be excellent. This is what I would say. Finally, before I conclude, I would like to also take a leap out of a statement which was made by Azim Premji. What he said is that, in my position, I can do anything. There is nobody to question me. I can sack anybody, I can recruit anybody, I can promote anyone, I can give any salary increase, I can do anything I want. But it is a responsibility of the HR manager to guide me and make me keep my balance, so that I don't do these kind of irresponsible things. Same is the case with all of us. When we grow in our position, in our status, in our wealth, in our salaries and other things, we also tend to become slowly egoist. So it is a responsibility of the HR managers like you to control your CEOs and keep their balance. With these few words, I wish you all a very good workshop today. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Sundaresan. What you have started and how your organization has grown and what are the things which you are continue to propagate and also execute and how the things have developed. It is definitely a good thing for the people to understand, and how many of the organizations which they would have taken this type of lead, or how many of them can adopt it over there. We leave to the participants to think about it and do it. Now it is a small thing. I would like to thank personally as well as on behalf of EFSI for Sundaresan coming all the way and also at a short notice coming here and sharing his experiences and also the full thought about the organization which we may not be fully aware. He has shared that things over there. We are extremely thankful to you for coming over here. As a token of gift, we would like to give Mr. K.S. Venkateswaran, give you a small moment of